Welcome back, fam. Daily Thoughts, episode 109. And on today's episode, I want to talk about the one thing that stops us from doing anything, that stops us from growing, that stops us from starting a new business, that stops us from stepping outside the box, from what stops us from doing anything out of the norm. So that one thing that stops us is actually ourselves. Yes, you heard it right. It's ourselves. It's actually two things, but they intertwine into each other. So what stops ourselves from doing anything? And that's fear. Fear will stop us from doing most things in life. But if we can accept it for what it is, and the fear I'm talking about is not the life or death situation, that fear, I'm not talking about that fear. Even though the brain perceives it exactly the same way, it can't depict between the two. It doesn't know. As soon as that it signals that fight or flight mode in the brain, in the amygdala, a rush of adrenaline comes over our body. And even if it isn't a life or death situation, we still perceive it the same. So it will stop us from doing anything. And no wonder it does. But if we can accept fear for what it is, it's just an emotion. It's a part of who we are. It will never go away. It's a part of life. And I've said this multiple times, all fear is, and I'll say it again, because repetition is the mother of all skills. The more times we hear this, the more times we can cement it into our brain. You can't just hear something once and expect your programming in your body to understand and actually accept it. So all fear is false evidence appearing real. It's a made up story of a future that hasn't even happened. As soon as we can accept it, we can face our fears and we can overcome our fears and we can become that person we're meant to be. We can live up to our true potential. We can start that business. We can do multiple things. Is it going to be scary? Of course it's going to be scary. That's what fear is. But like I said, if we can accept it for what it is and realize it for what it is, then we can overcome anything. That's the only way we're going to overcome it. So the next time fear pops up for you and is telling you, oh, hang on a second, you don't know what you're doing, that inner voice. Because once the fear kicks in, once that fight or flight mode is signaled, once it starts kicking in, that inner voice starts to happen in your head where you start to doubt yourself and you're like, hang on a second, I actually don't know what I'm doing. I'm scared. I might be judged. My friends might laugh at me. I might get called crazy. So if you can just realize that this is all normal, you're going to have these thoughts over and over again, but it's not true. You're going to get judged no matter what, guys. No matter what you do in your life, you might as well get judged for doing something that's going to help you grow, that's going to make you become the person you're meant to be, that's going to step outside the box. You might as well do that because you're going to get judged anyway. All right, guys, hopefully this can help someone today. I know I repeat a lot of things, but it's like I said, it's the repetition. We need to hear it over and over again because we've got this old programming in our brain, that inner voice, that fear. And because we've gone over it millions of times, it's cemented into our brain. So we need to reprogram that part of our brain and just tell ourselves that this is normal. This is a part of life because greatness truly lives on the other side of fear. It's always going to be scary. But I'll tell you what's also scary, not going after what you want to do, not doing what you want to do, regretting things later in life. That's more scary to me anyway. Hopefully it's as scary to you too, guys. All right, guys. Hopefully this can help someone out there today, and I'll see you all on the next one. Peace, guys.